Well, happy Saturday there, Twitchland. Welcome to Storm King's Thunder Session 21. We're getting started a little early today, so the players are on the table. So here we go. Let's just switch it over to that table and let's turn on their
Back in
voice.
time because you said it was Saturday.
And yeah, I did say it was Saturday, didn't I?
Happy
Thank
Saturday
you
to you
for
too, King.
correcting me. Happy Saturday for all y'all in the past. What, is there anybody still on Saturday, you think? Hawaii? No, probably not.
No,
Probably not. All right. I was just totally wrong then. Dean, fuck up.
Sunday.
Well, what's going on, guys? Storm King's Thunder. A couple of you guys missed last week. It was epic. I would call that epic. Wouldn't you guys call that epic?
I would call it epic.
That was a that could have been a game changer right there. That
Yeah,
whole
there were some
fight.
epic
Olor
firsts in that
trying
game.
to solo a giant melee.
Yeah, it would have been a reroll.
Well, let me bring up the map for the Streamland. You guys went down into the throne room. And I'll push it out to those that don't have it yet. Big ass map coming at you if you don't have it. Let me probably should have not have music playing in the stream. Probably not a good thing. They'll mute it. Oh well. But I will play some other music. How's that for you guys?
I'll pretend it's really good.
That's for Bass. We can't hear you though, Bass. I can see you talking, but I can't hear
Yeah,
you.
Carrie, you playing the Eurythmics? What's up? Kidding, I can't hear it.
It was funny if you could have heard it. All right, so let's do a recap. Who remembers what? Oh, I put it all in the thing.
I could tell you all about it.
Oh yeah, all you gotta do is read what I posted, right? Oh, that's right. You guys teleported to the Maelstrom, where you went to try to find Princess Sarissa, or some people are calling her Queen Sarissa, depending on your take of if the king is alive or not. Her sisters, her older sisters, Marianne and Nim, were entertaining a whole bunch of VIPs, and you guys popped into the party and said we need to talk to her. You told them a little bit what you knew, and whereupon the two sisters, or at least one of them, decided to have some giants start pounding on you guys. And you pretty much broke that up by convincing the stone giant Braxar that you have spoken with the eye of the Allfather, and your mission has come from him and led you here. So he thinks you should be able to speak with Sarissa before you get smushed like a cockroach. So that's where you guys are at. You've been brought before Sarissa, and sitting on the throne, the hovering throne, is Sarissa. Sitting next to her is Uthar, an elderly um, storm giant, and another elderly storm giant sitting to the left of her, a female whose token's too small. And behind you are two storm giants, Braxau the stone giant, Marion and Nim, and two pretty dumb hill giants who go back outside and guard the doors. As Princess Sarissa says, "Are these the so-called assassins that have come to kill me?"
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
As she looks
No,
back at her sisters.
no one said anything about assassins.
Assassins. What?
I'm a
Hmm.
merchant.
How is it did you come to my court?
We come at the guidance of the Allfather.
I see. The Allfather sent you here directly?
Kinda.
Hmm.
You want to hear the story?
Sure.
Oh, okay. Who wants to tell it? I guess I can.
You got it.
Not me.
I explained to her that we were tasked with investigating the disturbances caused by the breaking of the ordning, and we made it via some guidance from a frost giant named Harshnag to the eye of the, or to the, is it called the eye of the Allfather?
It is.
I believe so.
We go there. The Allfather, the Oracle, tells us how to find some giant relics, and by doing so, we'd get a conch shell, and that would take us to here. We stole the conch shell from the frost giant lair, and but when we were leaving the Eye of the Allfather, a really ugly blue dragon attacked, and Harshnag fended it off while we got away. We were sent here to help you find your father and root out the evil of your court. There you go.
Interesting.
Anybody look sideways when I say the evil of their court? There's someone in here's a shit.
Did you see that roll that popped up for you?
Oh no, sorry. Fuck, where'd it go? Oh, persuasion. Okay. I'll roll a 1 again.
Well, you got to roll it twice because you did so well as the player.
Roll
Really,
two
you
ones.
roll it with advantage. And then let's see. Everybody, give me one of them there. All right, so let's see. Let me scroll down. Let me get this throne room open here. Scroll down to all this blah 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 part.
Did I just skip us right to the fight?
Oh,
That would suck.
Sarissa says that her sisters are trying to convince her that you have come here to assassinate me. But this story cannot be false, because I have placed magic in this room. With that, she looks at her sisters and says, "You will speak the truth to me, or I will confine you to your quarters." They both look nervously at each other, and then both say, "Confine us to quarters."
I think they found the
As
evil.
Uthor gets up and escorts the two sisters out of the room, leaving with the two other giants. I'm just going to pile them up down here for now. And she says to
Raxau staying here.
Braxow, "I will speak with you in a moment, if you wouldn't mind waiting in the Great Hall. I do appreciate that. What I have to talk to these puny humans about should not be any more concern of yours." And he bows and leaves as well. So you're standing there with Sarissa and Imrith and you guys, And Imarith is whispering to Sarissa back and forth as all these people are leaving, making all kinds of noise. And you hear her and speak up kind of angrily at Sarissa and says, "For all we know, they're the ones who murdered your mother and abducted your father." And Sarissa looks at her and says, "Leave me alone with these puny folk." And Imarith goes to, like, grudgingly leave, and Sarissa says, "Quickly now." And so she kind of storms out. All right, so you guys have been left alone with Sarissa, the princess. Now's the time to kill her if you want.
I don't think that's what we're here for, though.
That's not a very wise decision.
They're probably snooping at the door.
They're all snooping. They're all snoops. What do you guys want to do? You guys got a few minutes. You you can whisper amongst yourselves, or you got like a minute or so
Yeah, I'll
as
talk to
everyone
her. I mean,
leaves. What's that?
I think we can talk. I don't think we need to talk amongst ourselves, too. I mean, we just, we just told her what we knew from the Allfather, and I think, we could say, hey, look, we could probably help you find your. Allfather does not believe him to be dead.
And he sent us.
Are you aware my mother was murdered?
Look at
Oh,
were we aware
not
of
till
that? I don't
now.
No, we were not aware
No.
of that.
Hmm.
That didn't come up. We only had a few questions to ask the Allfather or the Oracle, so we couldn't really find everything. We had to kind of piece it together after he told us what was up.
She says, my mother was found on an island not far from here. Signs of small folk about. And she kind of gives you the little chin look, you know. Small folk, she says.
What kind of signs?
Footprints, weapons,
Small folk left
wounds.
footprints and weapons behind?
What's that?
Did you find any bodies of people our size?
We did not. We only found her body.
So somebody killed your mother and left footprints and weapons behind?
Indeed.
Does that sound logical to you?
It sounds like a powerful adventuring party to me.
That
She
left their
looks at
weapons
you.
behind after killing a giant? I don't
They
think
did
so.
not leave their weapons behind. They left wounds from their weapons behind.
Oh, I misunderstood you. Sorry. Can you take us there so we can investigate it?
How long ago was this?
It's been several weeks now. I'm sure the tide has washed the evidence away. However, something similar happened when my father was abducted.
All right, tell us that.
The only evidence I found with all my magic is this coin.
All right, where was the coin?
It was left where my father was abducted. It's the only clue
Is that
I
a
have.
duck?
Grouse.
Goose.
Yeah.
It's a goose coin?
What size is it? Is it giant size or normal
So
size?
it's a little bit bigger than like a 50-cent piece.
Any history?
Where was this on the
knowledge?
body? Oh wait, this is the abduction. So where? Oh, wow. Okay.
You mean to tell me her father got goosed?
I've
Would
tried
that be a
magic.
history check?
I've tried magic on it. Did not seem to work. Please.
What kind of magic did you try?
Divination magic. It does not even detect as magic.
Do I get any sense of magic off this coin?
You do not. It appears to be a wooden coin.
All right.
The elf
do we
thinks
have...
it may be made out of spruce.
Well, that's good. It narrows it down.
Helps a lot.
Can I make our nature chairs to see actual what kind of wood it is?
You could just
yeah.
ask the elf because he just said it was spruce.
Oh.
You didn't hear me
All
say
right.
that like the sentence before.
No. What else?
All right. What kind of? Let's see. What could we use? I guess it'd be a history check, maybe, to figure out where this coin
Yeah.
came from.
I'll do that. I'll do it. Actually,
I will
received
assist.
This type of coin or this emblem, the symbol at all ever.
Ember's gonna assist because she has history as well.
You do it with advantage.
Yeah, go ahead. Roll it with advantage. Nice. You have no clue.
Yeah, I have a feeling that's gonna happen. I had a feeling.
Okay.
Rolled a 28 and didn't know nothing. Fair enough.
That's a clue.
Yeah. Get
When the
off
DM shows you
coin.
the roll, that's a clue. She does let you take the coin. As she says, I believe this coin is the only link to who has my father. Will you help me find him?
Yes.
So she brings you behind the throne room here. Let me open this up.
Heading back to Silvery Moon.
Everybody, come on in. This naturally formed cave has bioluminescent lichen, coral, snails, and starfish clinging to its damp walls. The area radiates overlapping auras of conjuration, divination, and evocation magic, since you still have your detect magic going. Over the years, the storm giants have learned how to become attuned to the magic in this cave. And she says, where is it you would like to start your investigation?
Silvery Moon.
Go back home first, get the balloon.
Oh yeah. Where's the balloon?
At your house?
British Standard.
Bryn Shander.
Yeah, we sent it to the manor.
Okay. We can go get the balloon and then fly to Silvery Moon.
It's about 20 days.
Or we can go to Silvery Moon and teleport back here with the con when we find.
Or Silvery
I
Moon,
can
then Bryn Shander.
I can teleport back to our circle because I have a teleportation circle at a manor, so we can always get
Oh,
back
good
to that.
call. So let's have her teleport us to Silvery Moon.
Silvery Moon it is. Poof. Alright, so she teleports you to Silvery Moon. Let's just say in Silvery Moon she hits you right on top of the balloon ride place where you park the balloon all the time, so you guys are familiar with it. It's a good spot for giants to teleport in, I guess. In Silvery Moon. I don't see that Silvery Moon has a teleportation circle.
He probably
So that's
does.
a good spot. Well, that the giants know about? Maybe not.
Yeah, maybe not.
Alright, so you guys teleport to Silvery Moon. What is it? Let's see.
All right, so I would like to go to my Harper's Connect area, the Harper head. You know, the big MI6
Hey,
building,
thank you, Hee Haw, for the cheer biddies. Thank you, sir.
and
Sven,
ask
what's up,
them what
man?
they know about the coin.
All right, so you guys, let me pull up Silvery Moon here. Silvery Moon. I'll just give you guys this little image to view. There's Silvery Moon.
Big old river runs through it.
And there's a moon bridge that goes over the river too that runs through Silvery Moon. Pretty cool if you know anything about Silvery Moon. All right, so you guys are in Silvery Moon. So Rip wants to go to find a Harper. That probably is not a difficult task in Silvery Moon at all.
Yeah, there's like a headquarters here.
Yeah, it's like the
Remember, it's like
Starfleet Academy, like it's it's like the
Well,
headquarters in San Francisco. It's
it's the big,
Harperville over there.
it's
There's a whole
the big
town.
MI6 building, and
Yeah, there's
James
a whole
Bond movies.
town. Anybody going with you, or are you going alone, or?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you can hear me.
I exited out. I don't care if they come with me. It's fine. Or they could go
What's up,
to the
Rob? Yeah, we're
library or do
live.
something else. But that's where I think I can get the
We're
best
live.
input.
Storm King's Thunder. They're in Silvery Moon right now. Sorry, Brant. I was talking to the stream for a second. What did you say?
I said if they want to come, that's cool.
Does
Or they could go to
anyone
the
want to go with
library.
him?
I'll go.
Barrick wants to go to the Harper's headquarters with you. He's like, I'll go.
Cool.
You have my axe.
Amber will come too, so that'll save some trouble for me.
You broke Twitch, Rob? All right, so the two dwarves and you head off to Harper headquarters in Silvery Moon. Bronislaw, Talia, and Olor, what are you guys gonna do?
I'm gonna head to they got a library here, I imagine.
Yeah, there's
Start
a
trying to
nice library. Actually, you guys just were here like not too long ago. Like,
Yeah, I should be very familiar with this library too.
yep,
I think I used it
yep.
to figure out Maelstrom.
I'll take a look at the goose. See what goose coin belongs to, some kind of fashion.
You take a
I
look at
don't
it?
know what I'm going to do.
You guys have been looking at it for a couple of hours now. Doesn't look any different in the Silvery Moon light than it did in the underwater environment of the storm giants.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the library and just read about giants in general. See if I can find anything.
Cool. All right.
Library
So
we
two,
go.
you're going all three of you guys go to the library. All right. No email. Oh. All right. So Brant and your crew, Bronislaw, sorry, Ripfan, Amber, and Barrick go into. Well, you don't get very far into the headquarters, obviously, before you're stopped by, you know, guard kind of people. Um, and they kind of, after you tell them, hey, you give them the sign that you're the Harper, you got the pin, they put you in a little like interrogation room kind of thing. You're like, what the hell?
What?
And
Do you know who the fuck I am?
yeah, so somebody comes to see you that you know from Silvery Moon, a Harper.
Who? Okay.
Um, his name is Daron Egan. He's an elf, half elf actually. He uh he he says we have dignitaries in the staterooms at the moment, so we could not put you up. So I had to move you here until I can come. What is it you need from me?
Dignitaries.
Hmm.
I'll let it slide. I need to access the archives. I need to look up the origin of a wooden coin, and I give them about the size of it, with a golden goose on it.
Hmm. I will see to it that that information is brought to you. Or is it just you're
Okay.
staying?
Nowhere yet.
Hmm.
We just
This
got in from
evening, you're
Maelstrom.
more than welcome to stay here.
Well, I got a party with me. I don't know that they all want to come here.
I see. Perhaps the
What's
local
the?
tavern in
Yeah,
Silver.
yeah. What's the one close to here?
Ah, the Unicorn's Horn.
That sounds like the place. Wait, is that a drag bar?
They have karaoke on Thursday nights. All right, so that's going. The guys at the library, you guys are doing some research. One of you doing research on giants.
That'd be Bronislaw.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Who's got the highest investigation out of the three of you guys?
Probably not me.
Most like Ola, about helping them though.
Yeah, I got a
Olor's, yeah, that's easily the highest in the probably the city at the moment.
Probably.
Investigation?
I am a very intelligent individual.
+9.
Yeah, mine's only +3. Good call.
Yeah.
Mine's perception.
So roll me an investigation there, Olor. Also need a D4.
Would you get advantage on it because since we're helping them?
Depends on if you like fumble your roll and you accidentally spill a drink on the book.
Help them wake up.
All right, let me see. There's a whole little table here. All right, so you guys are in a city, unlikely, find anyone. The Harpers, the Lord Alliance, and the Zentrum all have strong presence where this coin is from, but I don't think any of you guys have ever mentioned being from that area. So who finds out first? The DC was a 15, and he maxed it with a 24. And it says it takes 1d4 plus 1 days, and it costs 10 gold per day to do the research. So, and you rolled a 3, so 3 days, and you do the research. However, I'm not gonna make you guys spend 3 days or the 30 gold because Harpers know exactly what this coin is. So it's not long that someone comes finds you, Brant, and says it is a
Dun,
is a
dun,
gambling
dun.
chip
For
from
where?
a riverboat in Yartar named the Grand Dame.
Yartar?
Yartar.
Yartar?
What the fuck is
Yartar.
Yartar? Have I ever heard of Yartar before?
Yeah, your character has. I don't know if you have.
Okay, good. That's what I mean, because I haven't, so I'll make sure my
Yeah.
character does.
Well, you probably have and just forgot because you're old like me.
I am
But
old like
Yartar
you.
is Yartar is somewhere.
Never
It's
heard of
somewhere.
Yartar.
It's a
Think you'd
river
remember a
boat.
place like that. Yartar?
Yeah, I feel like we've
Yartar.
made a lot of jokes about that.
Yeah,
Yartar
like
is about due east from a little town called Tribor. And I will open it up on the map for you guys where it's at. It's in the Desserin Valley, just north of the Desserin Hills. Pushing the map to you guys so you don't have to go hunting for it. So Yartar is pointy point on the map, and you guys are in Silvery Moon, which is not even on this map. So I'll just leave you in Bridgeander for now.
wow.
All right. So do we need to go? It's from a gambling. Does that mean we got to go down there?
Yep.
All right.
We's gonna go gamble
But I guess
on
the
a
point is,
big old riverboat.
if it's a gambling chip on the boat, and it's like every other gambling chip on that boat, how is that gonna help us? Like, what are we
Well,
gonna do with it? Go, hey, we found a chip. Whose is it? And everybody has one.
one, we can find out what the denomination is. If it's a gambling chip,
Oh, good
then
call. We could be rich.
yeah,
You could just
and
say screw it and
what's
retire. It's like
Yeah.
100,000 gold piece chip. We
Fuck the
retire.
Giants.
We're buying the boat. Get off.
but you figure somebody took out the Giant King, the Storm Giant King. There's probably some information.
It was a couple
Obviously,
weeks ago. Yeah, it's a good call. All right, let's do that.
I mean, obviously they wanted to be found. They left the clue.
Or it fell out of their pocket.
I mean, what are the other options?
Right.
I mean,
Yeah,
choo choo chicka 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 choo choo.
Bud.
All right, so we need to teleport back to Bryn Shander, get on our fly boat, and go to Yartar.
Or we can research Yartar, see if they have a teleport circle.
Oh, hey, that's a
Maybe.
good call. Hey, good job, dwarf. Hey, so when my guy comes from the Harpers and he tells me that, and I say, hey, is there a teleport circle in Silver Moon to Yartar?
There is.
Awesome. Where is it?
You would
I
need to
will.
be able to tell me and shit. I'm
Yeah,
not-
he would have to study. They'd have to have a picture of the symbol
No,
so he
that
could
Yeah.
study.
they can have someone teleport you with you,
Oh, sweet.
right?
Yep, let's do it. Let's go grab the
Well,
guys.
it takes time to make those arrangements.
I'll tell him to make the arrangements, because you know who I am.
Give me an intimidation roll.
Oh shit.
Did it go?
So where are you guys teleporting to?
Yartar.
That's where you thought you
So
were going.
about 10 minutes later, you guys arrive in Yartar.
Jeez.
Hey, I'm a
Yeah,
level
considering
9
that.
Harper assassin. They're gonna send me where I want to go.
You
Fair
will
enough.
teleport us now. Okay, I'm gone.
Yeah,
I mean, I
considering
imagine
this, the
level 9
spell takes
assassin
30
is
minutes.
probably not low level in Harper's.
No, probably not. Not a street Harper, you know.
Yeah,
An agent, a field agent, kinda.
yeah, I'm
All
like
right, so
James Bond looking
Yartar
at retirement.
is a fortified city of Yartar stands on the east bank of the Desserin River. On the west bank is a walled citadel under the city's control. Between them stretches a wide stone bridge. Travelers must move through the citadel and pass inspection before continuing west to Tribor or crossing the bridge to the city's west gate. The Evermore Way cuts through the heart of Yartar, connecting the city's western and eastern gates. East of the city, the trade road becomes a gravel trail.
All right, Carrie. In about 3 minutes, I need to take a 10-minute break off of voice. So, but I'll still be watching the stream or watching the game if I need to. So don't get us into a fight, Justin.
I'm just seeing where you guys. I don't have a map of Yartar. It didn't come with a map, so I am just reading up real quick. All right, so it dumps you guys underneath Yartar in a like a safe house, a Harper safe house. Um, and there's like 2 Harpers there, so obviously people coming through show a pin, they're good to go. So they don't
Are
really
these guys
ask any
local to
questions.
Yartar?
Yeah, they're
These are.
yeah,
Well, I asked them about Yartar then, since they're Yartar agents.
they're like Yartar is a fortified city and stands on the east bank of the Destron River. On the west bank is a walled citadel. What
Yeah,
what do
yeah,
you
yeah.
want to
What do
know?
you know about the boat?
Oh, the Grand Dame you ask about?
Yeah.
That is tied up in the river. Uh, one of them says, "Yeah, I think she's out from dawn till dusk." Or no, she leaves at dusk. They're a little confused.
Do we have any
She's
contacts on
out
the
at
boat?
night. She's out at night.
Who's our contact on the boat?
They both look at you. Uh, we don't we don't have anyone on the boat that we know of.
There's a
What
gambling
can
boat and we don't have a contact on there? What the hell?
Hmm.
That's the
Maybe he's
best place to gather information.
maybe he's above our pay grade.
you tell us about the Grand Dame?
It's a it's a gambling boat that's docked up down at the river, and it
Okay,
leaves
who
at night
owns
and it
it? Who
comes
runs
back.
it?
Uh,
It's probably not in
they
the
both
mafia.
shrug their shoulders, and we don't know.
Okay. All right,
Oh, you guys suck.
I gotta bounce out of chat. I'll be back
They're
in
like
about 10 minutes.
safe house guards. They're not field agents.
Okay.
One of them's dressed as a woman.
And it's a dude?
Yeah. You
Okay.
think? What's your
Flat hand.
roll me a passive or a perception check?
How dare you try to assume their gender in 20, whatever year we're in.
I got a 19 on my performance. And you got 21. It's a dude.
All right, dude looks like a lady.
Oh, I told you should have shaved that mustache.
You gotta trim that beard a little closer there,
I was
buddy.
going for the dwarf look.
Yeah, whatever. Hey, where's what time of day is it?
Let's just call it noon.
All right, so let's go. I assume it's just a gambling boat and not a hotel or anything.
Nope, she's a riverboat gambling boat.
I'd say we all go find a place to stay and find out some information about this.
You could go to the dock and look at it. I mean,
Yeah, but do you all want to get a place to rest and make our little headquarters and then try to find some information?
this little safe house you could have as a headquarters for today.
Okay. Is there ways in and out so people don't see us coming
Yep,
in and going?
there's secret ways in and out. There's food stash here. There's places to sleep. There's even an acolyte on duty that can give you some healing if needed.
Oh, that'd be cool. I'm still down 19 hit points.
I'm sure we've rested since any kind of fighting.
No, you haven't.
No, it's been kind of bam, bam, bam.
We've been teleporting everywhere. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you get teleport, you no longer rest. You don't have to. We can't take
There's
a
no
nap on the boat.
yeah, I know. I think we should like rest for a little bit, guys.
Alrighty.
You guys want to like take a long rest here? A long rest is going to be at least 8 hours. So the Grand Dame will be upriver or wherever she goes when you guys get done with your rest. Sven, thank you, sir.
I'm
500
good as
biddies.
far as like resting.
Thanks
I'm
for the
only
bits,
down 19
Sven.
hit points.
Yeah, I don't have to take a rest. It'd just be nice to get one of my spell slots. You know, I could do a short rest and get one of my spell slots back.
Hey, we do a short rest if you need.
All right.
Yeah, you're the bear. Olor's down 4 hit points and Bronislav's down 3, so you could burn a hit die or a couple hit die if you want on a short rest.
I already popped 3. I'm
I'll give
good.
you guys. I'll give you guys a short rest. The bouncing around and stuff, you probably at least got a short rest somewhere. So I'll give that to you guys. Short rest. So you can burn how many hit dice you want to burn.
Hey, how many things are you allowed to be attuned to at one time?
Say again.
How many items can you be attuned to? Is what? at one
3.
time? All right.
Three items.
There was something on here that I thought I was already attuned to, but it's not written in here.
Yeah, I used to
Correct,
have
what
an
was it called,
attunement
Shay?
tracker that you just checked and it broke, so no one's fixed it yet. So just type in attuned next to in the inventory spot, so then they'll always be up top and you can see them.
Yeah, I just did that.
You know,
So
as a
I'll realize
bag
now.
or whatever.
All right, I'm going to burn a hit die too.
Justin, did you want to burn up some hit die? Do you know how to do that? Remember?
Yeah. Screw it up, burn one.
And I'll give you you can get cure light from the acolyte.
I'll take that if he has one available.
Oh, sweet. So I can recover all my spell slots.
Here, we'll just do that. Here's a potion.
Works too.
Hey, I got pretty much the same features of having a full long rest. Got all my spell slots back and a full health. Let's do this.
Well, if anything, I'd say let's go out and check out the city and
Make our way to the dock.
listen to rumors and what.
You said it's around noonish, right? Or we just do a short rest.
Yeah, noon. It's still noonish. All right, so
Alright,
you
noon.
guys go out into the city of Yartar, and you get some directions on how to get down to the river and all that jazz. And you make your way down to the river, and you see a riverboat. There's a sign, where it docks, the Grand Dame, and you can see the boat ramps and everything all are down, and there's a very decorative riverboat moored there. And you see two kind of nicely dressed guards. They look like, you know, more decorative than like functional type of guards. The boat looks fancy.
And these guys look fancy.
And it's, let's say by the time you get down there, it's like 1 in the afternoon. So you can see the sign that says the riverboat leaves at dusk and arrives back at dawn. And there's another little note underneath that says all guests board 1 hour before dusk.
Do you want want to go ahead and board now? Start scoping it out.
It doesn't even look like you can board right now. I mean, like the ropes are crossed, like
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
the ride's closed, at Disney, the ferry ride. There's no one there. There's like two guys standing there, and that's it. And they look decorative. You can talk to them if you want. You can walk up to them.
All right, well, I'll move up.
I'm right behind him, flipping the coin.
All right, so Barrett comes walking up. Clang, 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 clang. Right, what are you wearing for armor?
Whatchamacallit?
Oh, just a
Silver.
breastplate now, huh?
Yeah. Well, I got my helmet on, but I'll probably take that off when I'm out.
What, the spiked helmet? Or is that no
Yeah.
longer the one that's kind of bent a little?
Yeah.
Yeah,
curved to a
you're
little.
probably not walking around like freaking poking people with that thing.
Yeah.
It's probably got spikes on the side of it too, It's a battle raging plate mail armor. But you do
Yeah.
have a nice breastplate on.
Oh yeah.
So they look as you start to get closer to you. Two of them they start to look around like, is he coming this way? They get that kind of look going. What's going on here? Why is there people coming over here? So one of them like shoulders the other one to step forward to you guys. He's like, the Grand Dame isn't open.
Yeah, I can see that. It's just what time can we board? We just rolled into town, so
You,
what can you tell?
you guys can't come aboard. Well, I suppose if you dress nicer and didn't have any weapons, you could board an hour before dusk. And he points to the sign that says, guests can board 1 hour before dusk.
So
What's the sign
you're
say
not
on
allowed
the
to bring
website?
weapons and stuff on?
Oh no, this is a gambling boat. That's strictly forbidden.
Oh, okay. And what, you gotta be all gussied up?
A proper attire is required, the other one says.
And what's proper attire mean?
You probably don't have any. The other one looks shocked. Like,
Yeah, I give him a sidelong glance like, son, that's the wrong answer.
you just like jerk your head, look at him. He shuts up and backs up a little. I mean, there are places in town for you to purchase nice clothing, is what I meant.
Yeah, it sounds better.
We like to
Hey,
keep a formal attitude on the Grand Dame.
yeah, do I look like I'm formality?
And the one behind kind of shrugs and smirks.
Where's a good inn around here?
The Unicorn's Horn is nice.
The one in Silvery Moon?
It's a franchise. The other one
Oh,
says.
okay.
It's
Okay.
it's in the Dock District.
All right. Well, I guess we'll check you guys out later. Or are you gonna be here when we load it?
We are on duty until she departs, so we will see you in the evening. Perhaps your attire will not offend Lao Ming.
Lao Ming?
Pao Ming. She would be the one who tossed you overboard.
Oh, I'd like to see that.
It's an interesting sight. It's been done many, many times.
I bet it is.
She's
These
like,
guys are just humans, right?
yeah.
And
They
what was it going to say?
are Yeah, human. They're both human. They've got light crossbows strapped to their back. They got scimitars, and they're wearing leathers, but nice like leathers with like a coat over the top. They look kind of hot.
Okay. What time of year is it? I forgot.
Where are we at? Yartar, and it's like spring.
Oh, okay.
Remember, you guys came out of Bryn Shander. It was the
Oh
ice
yeah, yeah,
was
yeah.
thawing,
So,
and
hmm
it's been even further than long than that.
yeah, we've been out here for what, over a month.
Yep.
Okay. Well, see y'all later.
I thought it was almost 2 months.
It's probably been closer to that. Just the trip from Silvery Moon to Bryn Shander to whatchamacallit, the
Yeah,
Giants.
we teleported to Maelstrom.
Yeah, but there was a boat trip or the balloon trip from Silvery Moon to Bryn Shander to
Yeah, that almost took like almost 2 weeks, didn't it?
about 20 days.
Yeah, over 2 weeks.
Well, then why don't we go get a room at the Unicorn's Horn franchise, Yartar, and Howming.
Pow, Powming.
Oh, Palming.
Powming.
Oh, pound me. I thought you said pound me.
Is it short for a pound me?
It's, it's short for Pow Ming.
Uh,
Well, let's go see if we can find out who Palming is in town. After we go hit the, I'd say we go hit the Unicorn, or I don't know. So we gotta all get fancy dress or look presentable. I'm gonna need something for that.
He pulls out sweatpants that got holes in them. This is about as fancy as I got.
what?
All right, so you guys make your way and get a room, like a common room at the Unicorn's Horn. They uh, they 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 give you the Valentine's Day suite. It's for
Okay.
couples, but there's fold-out mattresses in there.
Okay. Is everything else full?
This isn't really for groups. That's the biggest suite
Well,
we have.
all
It's
right.
it's for
Where
couples.
where would a party of adventurers go?
The Artar Inn and Villas.
Okay. How about we go there?
Get a villa. Villas are 10 gold a night, but can sleep up to 10.
That sounds good.
It's like a cabin, and
Yeah,
10-man cabin.
that sounds good.
So spork out some 10 gold because you're probably not going to be here longer than a night. And does that change anything? All right, so you guys get your little cabin thing, and what are you guys gonna do? Spend the night or go
Well,
get
no.
some clothes?
Whatchamacallit? Now I gotta go get some clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else need to get?
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm sure.
apparently.
I'm sure Rip's got a full attire already with him.
Oh.
No, because remember when
he has a
he's
disguise kit.
Yeah, remember when he snuck into the that really fancy hotel we were in
Still okay.
in Luskin?
I remember.
Yeah, so he
I'm
should
just
be good.
saying he okay. It almost didn't work because he tried to be a Spanish person and he didn't
Yeah,
do
he
that.
fucked up the he screwed up the accent.
So
Well,
what do you
Benny,
what do you guys want to dress like? Like, do you want like suit and ties or what? Talia, what kind of is she getting like an evening dress or something? What do you?
Sorry, guys, I'm back.
yeah, we just found out we got to get dressed up for the grand day.
Like dressed up how?
Like
Dressed up fancy like.
Oh, okay, cool. We can
Oh,
do
and
that.
no weapons or armor.
What?
it's gonna be a problem for
That's
y'all.
No, I have a
Oh,
weapon
I'm sure they
armor.
got magic restrictions on the boat too there, bud.
Okay, that's cool. I'm good with
Well,
that.
we rented out a villa right now, so we can all stay here, but I need to go get some fancy clothes that I can hide something underneath.
Fancy clothes are 15 gold.
That's it.
Oh,
Yeah,
you know
15
what I'm
That's it.
gonna
gold.
you know what I'm
And
gonna
up.
do?
I mean, sure. Yeah, you can get the Louis Vuitton tie and the the snakeskin boots or whatever, but fancy clothes in the
Alright, I'm
player's
getting you
handbook are 15 gold.
fancy clothes for 15 gold.
All right,
Yeah,
no
they're
problem.
in the player's handbook. Fine
Oh,
clothing, I think.
we did find out one name. Pao Ming is somebody big and important on the boat. Maybe the head bouncer. I'm
Fine
not sure.
clothes. I'm gonna try out this new, not tonight, but on my new table, this new store that has negative values. So when you drag it to your character sheet, it takes the money off of your character sheet, and
Oh,
it's a
that's good.
negative value.
Pretty cool.
Hey, Carrie, I gotta go find nice tailor, but I need to find someone who can make me clothes where I can at least bring two hand.
Two hand axes, huh?
Yeah, I gotta bring something. I ain't going in there freaking naked.
So what kind of clothing you think you can hide two hand axes in? I mean, if you were a Ninja Turtle, you could put them in your shell.
Well, yeah. Um,
Can you hide them in your beard? Like
no, I could probably strap them to my back.
two
Up
of them?
under a shirt, or at least two or one.
Well, you're wide enough. Dwarves are pretty dang wide. They're like 3 feet wide, so that would
Mm-hmm.
probably be all right. So you want to get like this? I mean, it's going to be kind of hard to get them out. How fast do you want to be able to get to them? I guess is
Uh,
the real question. Do you want a
no, I
quick
don't need to
draw,
get.
or do you want them like just hidden, like where it takes like a whole action to get them out?
Nah, probably an action to get them out.
All
So
right,
they're kind of concealed, and it's not easy to find.
that's fair enough. That's easy enough. You just make kind of a holster that straps them down, and a couple of big shirts and a heavy jacket, and you might have a little bump or something back there. But if you get frisked, obviously they're gonna find them.
How did I get a battle axe?
How did you get a battle axe? I don't know.
I don't remember picking up one at all.
Did you pick up the dwarf's battle axe when he dropped it off the plane, off the boat? Is that the battle axe that you have? No, it's just a battle axe. I don't know.
Just a regular battle axe. I don't know. I don't remember how I got it or when I got it.
She's just lugging it around. She's like, I needed to chop some firewood. I don't know.
Oh, fire spare just in case you lose yours.
It's not like you were like really putting it anywhere. You didn't put it in a bag or anything. Although you do have a bag of holding, so it would probably be in there and not be a problem. Maybe we're just lugging it around. Yeah, you got a lot of stuff not categorized.
I'm just seeing what I can carry, what I can't carry onto the boat.
Well, you have a bag of holding. I don't see why you couldn't just put whatever you want in the bag of holding. You could probably put the dwarf in the bag of holding. Hold your
Comes
breath.
out with what?
I'll
Oh, yeah,
dump
I
you
can
out when
put-
we get inside. Clunk.
Oh yeah, I can put my weapons into my bag of holding.
Yeah, you just need to, make sure you don't pierce your bag of holding with a sharp weapon. You need to wrap them up so they don't.
Sheath them.
Supposed to be in
Yeah.
the sheet.
Yeah, make sure they're sheathed properly, and you can put them in there.
No, I'm not an amateur. Yes, I
Hey.
am, but
People chucking javelins down in their bag of holding or spears. They don't typically come with a
Cork.
sheath. Sheath.
Yeah, sheath.
wait,
So about how?
Not a.
I have a glamored studded leather armor. That means I could technically disguise myself as fancy
Absolutely.
clothing.
Yes, it
Absolutely.
I don't even have to buy fancy clothes.
You got a bag of holding and a tux on. You're good to go. Then you make your
Yeah.
bag look a little smaller, like you got some coins ready to go. Ching, ching, ching. Some gold coins. You gonna be the high roller?
Yeah.
You got some bodyguards protecting you.
Not yet.
Hey, Carrie, to get somebody to make me something for tonight that would help me hide my hand axes. How much?
You're getting clothes and a custom sling made. Something that would be beneficial later too is if you wore it outside your armor, you can actually store your axes back there. You're just reversing it. I don't know, another 2 gold probably, so like 17 gold total for everything.
Okay.
I mean, it's just some leather. 2 gold is plenty. They're just retrofitting a couple of,
Yeah, but I'm
hacks.
also trying to like get it so they're kind of concealed.
Well, that's just a matter of, some duct tape on your hairy back. Dealing with getting them off later is your problem.
Just
Rip.
rip them off. It's just skin.
Yeah, let's put some duct tape back here and pat that down. They just kind of strap real good to you. You got the Harpers here that can help you. They know how to do that kind of stuff. So what about the rest of you? What's Olor? How's he looking? Has he got fancy clothes? Oh, he stepped away from the camera. What about Bronislav's got his tux going with his suit. Amber, what does she got?
She'll buy fancy clothes, I guess. I don't think she doesn't need any weapons or anything. She has her holy symbols. She'll go buy some fancy holy clothes.
She's got vestments and stuff and common clothes.
There you go.
She could. I mean, if she
Which
wants
was-
to spruce herself up a little bit, yeah. What is she? Does she have a bag of holding? No. What's she doing with all of her stuff?
I have a bag of holding. She'll put it in there.
Is she carrying any weapons?
Nope, she won't carry any weapons. She'll just have spells prepared.
Just spells, just her holy symbol, and what does she use for a focus? Oh, she uses her shield for a focus.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
So she'll need to
Wow.
use her holy symbol as her
Yeah.
focus.
Hey, we
But-
might want to find out. Sorry,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, if they're funny about weapons, they're gonna be funny about magic. I mean, it would kind of suck if you walk onto this boat and it's like, oh yeah, anti-magic. Everybody's bag of holding just right there on the floor.
Just chucks on the. Couple bodies pop out. Oh shit! I forgot about them.
So we might want to try to find a little more information about the boat. In the time we get.
That's a good point. Let's see what we can find out about the boat.
Were you asking the innkeeper?
I will
The guy
try
at the
and
front
gather.
desk?
Yeah, I'll gather information around the bar. The innkeeper's probably a good one to ask.
Give me an investigation check. It's a boat. It's moored down by the docks. There's a sign hanging above where it docks.
So you don't know shit.
He knows everything. He just rolled a 5.
Somebody else ask.
The same guy. The
Or I'll ask
innkeeper.
somebody else. Is there somebody who looks like they do gambling in this inn?
Hey,
I mean,
not in this particular inn, no. This is like villas, like you rent like cabins, and there's like a front desk guy that lives here, you know.
Yeah, we
Checks
might
out the
want to try to
keys.
find like
There's
a
no
tavern
bar or
something
nothing
like that.
here. It's like the most of your taverns that know stuff about gambling would be your gambling type of taverns, you know, the ones down by the docks.
so I'll go down there and we'll figure. We'll ask down.
How long are you gonna spend trying to find information out?
I'd say let's spend a good part of a day, and that way we're not just going in there blind.
Well, it's like by the time you guys got clothing and stuff, it's probably evening, or it's getting close to like 4 o'clock, I would say. So you know that the Grand Dame departs at dusk. So you could ask questions all night while she's gone,
Let's do that.
find out all
Okay.
kinds of information. So you want to spend like the full night gathering information while
Yes.
the boat's out, you know, doing its thing,
Yeah.
and it comes back in the morning, and then okay. So you guys got like 24 hours then. With that much time, you don't need to make any rolls. There's no need for any rolls. The Grand Dame, you find out, is owned by a Lord Cashfear Dryland. He's a Tetherian. He's a noble. There's a captain, Nelvin Storm. He lives down the street here. There's 8 deckhands. Do you want their names?
Sure.
All right, make up 8 names and write them down for me.
Got it.
And then there's 32 rowers, 6 chefs, 6 servers, and a dozen card dealers and escorts and musicians. They all arrive at the docks for inspection. And the card, the dealers, the escorts, and they all go to their places, and then the passengers arrive. Who are usually well-to-do people of the town. Like the up and up people. This is a fancy boat that fancy people go out on. They have like champagne and craps. What else you guys want to know about the boat? Oh, Pao Ming
Yep.
is the security on the boat. Pao Ming. Brant, give me a stealth check. All right, so you couldn't really get close enough to her to follow her, but you did at least get to see her. Examine her. See if I have an image. I do. I have an image of Pao Ming. She has a familiar that's a snake. And she obviously looks like a spellcaster. Pretty powerful spellcaster. Give me, somebody else give me a stealth check.
Alright.
Well, that's pretty good. You find a deck plan.
Nice. I don't know what to do with this information.
Your character's like, I don't know, should I wipe my butt with it? I don't know what to do with it.
I show it to the rest of the party.
Yeah, that'd be useful.
So he shows you this map he found. Deck plan. It was on Google.
Oh, I'm an
That's where
expert.
everybody finds stuff now.
Damn, this is a big boat. 30 by 120.
Yep, big old riverboat. Kind of like a steamboat, kind of, but with oars.
Cool. Does
All right.
anybody?
So what else you guys want to do? Sorry, Justin.
No, that's all right. I was just gonna ask, like, can we find out? Do they have any magical defenses?
They have Pao Ling. What's her name?
Pao Ming.
Pao Ming. She's the magic. She knows if you're doing bad stuff somehow.
Okay. So you could probably get away with the.
She's like, give me a investigation there, since you're asking. You're doing the asking. Well, that's pretty damn good. With a no bonus, it's a good roll. She's rumored to be telepathic.
Uh,
So it's hard to cheat. and hard to pull something over on her.
Okay.
Prove that false.
All right. So that's all we can learn and everything we know.
Well, that's all that the DM is going to volunteer. Does that help you?
Through. Okay. Well, I mean, that's with investigation and whatnot.
That's with players being creative with their characters.
You guys feel ready to go on this boat?
Sure.
All right, then I guess we'll fast forward to the next day.
To the next evening.
Yes, sir.
All right, everybody gets dressed up in their fine attire. What? How are we looking? Olor, what are you taking? Bag? Do you got a bag of holding?
I think I might have one. Let me double check. One second. I do not.
So, what do you got? You got any weapons or anything? You got a dagger? What are you doing with that?
Yeah, we're gonna store everything at the. Did we get a hotel or like a room, or did we stay in the? at the safe-
Well, you guys had a safe house, but you didn't like it, so you left and you went to the franchise, but you didn't like that, so then you went down and rented a cabin.
Yeah, it was 10 gold for the night. If anything, I'd say we store our stuff at the safe house.
Yeah, best bet.
Yeah, because I'm going to leave all my crap there except for my money and my two-hand.
Does anyone have any weapons visible?
I do not.
Negative.
No. Any weapon, regular weapon, I'll be leaving behind.
I haven't heard from Rip. How's he dressed?
I'm just wearing clothes and all my stuff's in my bag. I don't have any weapons visible.
So everything's in
if
your
I
bag.
need a weapon, there'll
And
be
how are
plenty
you
lying around
dressed?
for me.
Just
Fancy.
got like a tux on, or
I went pretty good, man. I went fancy, but no tux, but fancy. You know, I use my disguise ability to make myself look even more pop.
all right?
But you see, I don't even
And you
use
guys
disguise.
are just going as you know each other, or I mean,
We know everyone except for Barrick.
when you guys start to get down towards the dock, you can see that they're serving drinks as people are boarding, champagne. There's like a table set up with hors d'oeuvres as everyone's milling about talking amongst themselves before they get on the boat. And you can tell, especially like Rip, that these people know of each other pretty well.
Okay.
As you guys approach, one of them goes, we don't recognize any of you. Are you from Yartar?
Well, no. Matter of fact, we're visiting from out of town.
You guys come together? It's an odd group.
Yeah, we're from Luck.
What do we got? 2 dwarves, an elf, a human, and a gnome.
We're visiting town,
What
and
human?
someone said this was a place to be if you wanted to get some game action.
So you're gamblers, one of the females says.
Yes, ma'am.
What type of game do you like?
I play dice.
I see. then we will be playing together. Give me your disguise roll. Did you make a kit?
I did.
You did. All right, you got your boutonniere. She gives you the one up and down. You got your boutonniere on upside down. You're like, oh shit. You notice it as she looks down, and you look up, and you're like, oh crap. Like the symbol's upside down or whatever. Wasn't horrible, but... Alright, so you guys... The Grand Dame... Let's see. So let me just do... this. Oh, let's not do that.
We just exploded.
Let's,
Who cast that in?
let's do, this first. Gotta put a grid on the map. Hey, that's a pretty good shot. One shot, got it lined up. And now I'll drag you onto the map. Bloop. Hey, you got a stone giant hiding out with you guys?
You can't miss that.
Whose bag of
Yeah.
holding was he in?
That's my valet.
It's my valet. It's kind of what I was trying to get you guys to pretend you were some kind of Ocean's 11 crap going on or something.
This is the boat is 10. The squares is 10 by 10. You guys,
Oh, are they?
our grid is 10 by 10, but you got the grid at 5.
Damn. See if I can get it. Redo. There, that looks a little better. Makes more gooder sense. Where are we, guys? Tokens aren't locked. I was just putting them on the dock. OCD kind of like. All right, so you've got the when you get on board that you've got the number 9 is the casino. It's the centerpiece of the gambling hall. The gold-plated wooden sculpture of a goose that rests on the table in the aft end. Glasses of fine wine, free for the taking, are arrayed around. An unflattering portrait of a fat, foppish, grinning man hangs on the wall across from a wooden spiral staircase that leads up to where you hear music playing. Most of the tables are taken up with card games. And there's all kinds of attractive dealers that are sitting behind the table distributing cards and dice playing. But you don't see any currency passing hands. You see people that have golden geese coins that they're using, which you do see decorated on the boat. The golden goose here and there is definitely the symbol of Lord Dryland's golden goose emblem is what that is. Oh, and you do see Lord Dryland mingling about, handing out coins to random people and chatting them up and talking and being a noble that he is, and his pet octopus.
Say what?
He's like, bah, ha, 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 ha. He's kind of a gruff kind of guy, but friendly and with his pet octopus on his shoulder.
Dude, he's a mind flayer. Don't lie.
He's a mind flayer. It's a mind flayer that can talk.
Hmm.
And let's
Ooh.
see, you saw Pao Ming, and then the captain's like, Captain Stubing or whatever, just in charge of the troops or charge of the crew, but not really in charge of what's going on. You've got the Lord, and you see Pao Ming. She's kind of the main take. So she's milling about too. So you guys get on board. Let me see if somebody's coded the crew and stuff on here. They got them placed, so let's see what happens. Wrong map, that's why. This is the DM's map. That's alright. That's why it wasn't gridded or anything yet. Sorry, you guys can take that map and close the other one. That one's gridded properly and has all the PCs on it. I grabbed the wrong map, sorry.
I'm on a boat.
Nelvin is the captain. Nelvin Storm. So they kind of glance at you guys when you come on board. Let me see what their passive perception is. And all you guys roll me a deception roll. Wouldn't be perception anyways.
I'm gonna suck at this.
Talia, what are you... You got a bag of holding, so you're just in like an evening dress and carrying a little bag?
Yeah.
Like, you got some heels on and you having a hard time walking in them. Like, on the dock and shit. You thought you could, but...
No, she's clumsy with that shit. She's never wore stuff like that.
She's like having a hard time. She's pulling at the dress, like... One of the guys says, "You look a little out of place in that dress."
Well, it's my first time wearing a dress, of course.
Oh. Where's your token at? Oh, you're already on the front. Alright, so the main deck forward has decorative lanterns hanging from posts to support the balcony of an upper deck. A rusty winch bolted to the deck is used to raise and lower the ship's anchor. The winch is normally operated by 2 crew members. So, you're like up in the crew area where you're at up there.
And she feels kind of a little congested in there. She's got to get some air.
I mean, the scruffy skirt and modest beret, they're like So, do you come here often? You know, they're hitting on her. You know, she's up here by herself. They're like giving her the sailor chat since you're in the crew area. You know, lady, you're not supposed to be up here.
Not. Just wanted to
But
get
it's
some
okay.
air.
You can stay.
She walks off elsewhere.
So the deckhands are like, all aboard, and they start untying the boat. And start, pulling the planks in so no one can get on the boat anymore. Oh, I'll move Olar since I can tell he's AFK. Is there anybody else AFK that needs their characters moved on board the boat that's leaving?
No, I'm on.
Yeah, please move me on a boat. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm listening but I'm doing two things at once.
So she sails off. I can't make the dock go away, but
Use your imagination.
here I'll put these guys on. I don't want to put all these guys on here. That's like 32 rowers in the combat tracker. I don't think we need that. But down below, there's 32 rowers down here. So you can hear the rowers start and the boat starts going. The music's playing. You guys are in the casino. What's this area? This is the dining room. This room is full of tables and chairs with narrow winding avenues between them. White gossamer curtains, lush purple tablecloths, precious looking silverware, and gaudy crystal chandeliers testify to Lord Dryland's obscenely lavish tastes and decorations. A wood spiral staircase leads up to the bridge. Dinner is served throughout the evening, and the room is crowded from dusk until midnight. After midnight, a few occupied tables remain here, occupied in there, along with a handful of exhausted waiters. So, dinner served early, apparently, but you can get food all evening. This is the kitchen right here, so it's a crew area.
Is there
You
a
can
money
hear
changing?
lots of clatter and yelling being heard through the doors. There is a money changer. Let me, where did she go? Why isn't she on here? Pao Ming is the money changer. You see people waving her over and she's changing gold for coins.
So who's got our golden goose coin?
I've got it.
You gonna be here enough to find out how much that thing's worth?
Yep. Give me. I'm almost done here. So yes, I'm standing next to Barrack, and I have the golden goose.
All right, I gotta go AFK. I gotta go take
Let's
a
take a
bio
quick.
break.
Let's take a little bio break. Let's take a little 10-minute break. That's a good
Appreciate
spot
it.
to stop.
That's all
Yeah,
I
let's take
need
a
Cool.
to
No
finish.
problem.
10-minute break. We'll be back. Stream. Hang out if you can. We'll be back. 10 minutes.
And 4.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Julie has become a spellcasting Oriental woman, and Isaac at the bar on the Lido deck. Nice. I like that from chat. Nice. All right. You guys getting there? Let me see. I'll do a ready check. Since I don't have everyone on camera, I can't see that you're there. I see Bass. Hey, what's up, Bass? How you doing? Let's see the baby. Is she sleeping? Oh, look at the baby. She's almost asleep. Gotta be quiet. Be very, very quiet.
Yeah, trying to feed her while playing this is a challenge.
Well, I remember when Aiden was that little and his mom feeding him at the gaming table. He was a little octopus with the dice.
Did you catch my shirt?
Awesome dads. Can't read the rest. You'll have to read it for us.
His awesome dads play D&D.
We're still hanging out waiting on a couple players. And I'm eating some guacamole. Some guacamole.
Yeah, I got a trail mix to munch on once I done feeding her.
Duty, duty. Where is the captain? We don't need that anymore. Hmm. See how they coded or put all these on here. Got multiple encounters. While I'm waiting on my other players. Cool. coated them all yellow and made them all invisible. Alex, Justin, you guys back? Apparently not.
I'm back.
Cool. Just waiting on Aloo Oops. He's back.
What, everybody was waiting on me?
Oh, yeah, including the stream. They're anxiously just doing nothing. So let's see. You didn't do that. You didn't do that. So let's see. Aristocrat and guild members come aboard. Socializing and gambling, all under Lord Dryland's watchful eye and security officer Pao Ming. She also is the one who exchanges the coins, and each coin represents 1 gold. So your coin is worth 1 gold.
All right, I retire.
You can retire for the evening, maybe. You can retire to the edge of the boat.
Well, you know, my lifestyle could be a simple one. I could be living in a box.
Alright, so as it says, assuming that nothing happens to prevent its launch, the ship begins a slow, scenic journey upriver at dusk. 2 deckhands oversee the rowers down below. Captain Storn and 6 other deckhands take turns on the bridge. Pao Ming spends most of her evening in the gambling hall, keeping an eye on the guests. And Lord Dryland is mingling about every now and then, handing out a couple of chips here and there to people. And so what are you guys going to do?
I want to go gamble.
Yeah, what kind of games they got going on here?
Mostly card games, but there are a couple of dice games.
I'm down for a card game.
Down for a card game. Alright. The tokens are free to move about, so the poker tables are towards the stern of the boat, not in the dining room.
I'm already
Where
there.
Rip is at and Barrack is at.
Well, from the dining area, I'm going to. Let's see. Obviously, there are people in here mingling about getting food, right?
In the dining room, yes, there's dinners being served.
I mean, is it buffet style or?
No, it's sit down, order off a menu, bring it to you, but they don't charge you.
Wow.
So it's you get like chicken or fish, you know. It's like a wedding kind of where it's brought to you. You get a choice, but it's a pre-planned meal.
So you got a choice, but only between the two.
Right. Chicken or fish.
All right, and then the W represents a worker. And where are the gambling rooms? Sorry, I'm looking here. Where am I?
You are right here in the dining room,
I see it. I see it. And then the
and the
back of the
casino
boat.
is the back of the boat. The big room with all
All
the
right, they got a
tables.
craps table.
In essence, yeah, they have a table that dice is played.
That's where I'm gonna be.
It's called Baldur's Bones. It's a dice game out of Baldur's Gate. It's basically like 21. You're trying to beat the dealer.
Yeah, my table just crashed.
Actually, you're coming back on, so it didn't crash totally.
Yeah, I had to load it back up.
So, everybody roll me a gambling if you have it. If not, roll me a persuasion. All right, so through the evening, you guys are gambling. I'm assuming you're not like trying to make a scene or anything. You're just trying to blend in. Is that the kind of feel, or is someone
Yeah,
standing
yeah,
on the
yeah.
table chopping at it with an axe? Anything like that happening?
No, no.
I would
Nah.
like to point out that um I've been trying to talk for like the past 5 minutes, and I just now realized that my mic has been muted.
Oh, we were so peaceful.
Yes, I know. Anyway, can you move me down to the gambling room? Because I can't even have like the line go.
You can't drag your token?
No.
What are you on, a potato? Is that what your computer's connected
No,
to?
when I hover over my person, it just says worker spherical. So I'm
Oh,
assuming I have
it's because you're on
2
top of
tokens.
somebody. There you go. Now you can move it.
Okay, thank you.
How
Let
many
me
gold
just
in a plat?
10, 10, 10, and 10. Or is it 5? I always get it mixed up. I think it's 10. How many gold in a plat stream? 10, I think.
10 to 1.
All right.
10 goes to the 1.
I think it used to be 5. That's why it's confusing me. But I'm pretty sure it's 10.
It's always been 10.
All right, so the module doesn't necessarily have like gambling rules and all that kind of setup, so I didn't really prepare any of that. Is that something that you guys want to attempt to do? Is try to win some money
I have plenty of money.
or lose money?
Don't want that to happen.
Because we'll
We're
just do
just
a
trying to
roll off,
just trying
50-50,
to
you know. Put
gather
it all on
information. That's
black.
all.
Yeah. Olor's throwing down on the card table, just letting you know.
Oler's doing what? Sorry, you're a little quiet. I'll turn you up.
I don't
Throwing
even
down on
know
the
where
card
I'm at.
table.
Are you guys just gambling? What else are you guys gonna do? You just sitting around gambling and eating food?
Oh, I'm gonna go get some
Gathering information.
chips from.
Ming's like, Pao Ming's like, I haven't met you before. You come here often?
Nope, first time.
You first time. How many chip you want to lose tonight?
Just give me 50 for right now.
50, big spender. Here you go. 50
Well, I
goose
am a
coin.
dwarven master craftsman.
Ah, master craftsman. What do you craft?
Weapons and armor.
You have weapons today?
Of course not. Not supposed to have any on the boat.
I see. Let me see if she thinks you're telling the truth or not. Hold on, I gotta look up a spell.
I mean, I'm just confused on how they're talking to each other.
What do you mean? She's talking common.
No, I mean, but what? Their barracks in the upper room.
Yeah, she's in the dining hall.
Oh, I don't know where his token's at. You
Well,
could-
I don't know where she's at either. So
she mills about, so
Telepathic. Telepathic communication.
let's see. Your intelligence is above a 3, right?
yes.
Just checking. Just checking.
Whopping 11.
Are you trying to hide your thoughts?
I do know she's telepathic, so if
Like-
anything, when I talk about that, I think about smithing.
It's like banging a rock, banging a rock.
Beating on metal, making some act.
Let's see. Intelligence check. If you could, please, sir. That's a odd one. Jesus. See, like, you have weapon on you, I know. You bring it out. You'll go overboard. Trust me.
No, you're in charge of security. I shouldn't need to.
Ah, this is true. You see me fighting. Maybe I asked for help.
You know, if you need it, I'll be here.
Today's crowd only fight you friends. Most of these people I know. I don't know you or your friends. No fishy business. She
Eh.
gives you your coins.
Okay.
Eyeballing you with her slanted show. What is she? She's like a show or what's the?
Shalong.
Yeah, the in Forgotten Realms though
The Far East.
Show.
yeah, she's from the show. She's a show or whatever, however you say it. She looks like she can handle herself in a fight too a little bit. Hit you with a cane or something. All right, so what are you guys doing? Pokering it? Gathering information? What
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
information are you
So-
trying to gather? I heard you. Heard you say.
What I'd like to do, so I'm going to use my astute powers of assassin observation. And I'm going to try and see anybody in this room looked like they badass enough to go abduct a fucking storm giant
Uh,
and kill a queen. Like you know how people can carry themselves if they're badass.
you think maybe the only person in this room that, other than that came with you, that would even have that possibility would either be Lord Dryland or Pao Ming.
All right, I'm gonna go. Where's Lord Dryland again? What?
He's sitting at Olor's table playing poker.
I want to go there as well.
Okay.
And while I'm there, I will attempt to make some type of small talk related, and I will try to get the conversation to steer toward and the ordning and all that kind of shit. And the giant uprising along the coast that people have.
So give me an insight check. And I need a knowledge history check as well. All right,
That's a
so
negative one.
you are talking to him, and he's trying to. He's doing kind of good on betting, and but Olor's doing better. So Olor's got most of his money that they started off with, and then you sit down at the table. So he's acting like he can recoup some of his money and get it from you, is the insight. He's like fresh meat. And so he thinks he can. Because what's your stature look like? You're not very big, are you?
No, I'm a little guy.
You're like 5'9", 145 pounds. Just say like a little guy. He's like. So he buys some drinks and puts them at the table. And I haven't been working for Olor for some reason.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna let him win some money back.
So give me a performance. All right. So you accidentally like almost break him.
I
Like
can't even lose.
yeah, you're trying to lose to him, and you freaking like, you accidentally just win most of his money. So he's down to like barely able to bet anything.
How do you accidentally win?
You roll a 1 on your
All right,
performance,
fair enough.
which is an 8. The difficulty was a 10. He didn't succeed. See how that works? It's all possible in D&D with the wrong rolls. Olor, you're like one of the workers comes over and they're talking. They're kind of whispering, and like the workers like reminding him of a meeting he has to go to, and you catch the word Kraken Society in the
Oh,
conversation.
I like that word.
Olor, which give me a history check, or I can roll it for you. Look at that baby. All right, so you've heard of the Kraken Society as being a cult kind of society that venerates a kraken that lives in the trackless sea. And that's about all you know with the big fat 2-year-old.
A kraken that lives in a trackless sea?
Hmm. That's what Olor knows.
Oh, I didn't know. I don't know that. Okay.
He
Where
heard
did we
that.
hear the Kraken Society thing?
Olor heard it
Oh, well, fuck it. Never mind.
in the
I'm just gonna play
conversation.
cards.
Yeah, you were talking to the
Well, I'm
short-eared
gonna
guy
ask the guy.
next to you.
Hey, what's the guy? What's the guy's name next to me? The guy that owns a
Lord Dryland?
dude. Hey, what's the deal with that octopus?
This is my friend Inky. I don't know. They didn't give
Doesn't it
me the
need
name.
water though?
Occasionally, I have to put him in his tank.
He just chills out around on your back.
For the first part of the evening, and then I put him in his tank.
What's he
You're
eat?
familiar with octopus? I
No,
feed
it's
him
cool.
small fish, and he
I mean, I've
also...
seen octopus for sale, on the docks of Lusk, but that's more for food, probably.
He kind of like turns his nose up to the idea. Eat an
Oh,
octopus.
I wouldn't eat him.
The octopus kind of like looks at you like and kind of crawls to the other shoulder away from you.
Wait, it can hear me?
You don't know.
Inky. That's a nice name.
So eventually, Lord Dryland uh, has to get up and leave. Before he leaves, it's pretty obvious. He goes stiff, and so does the octopus. They both kind of go stiff for a second, and you see their eyes glaze over, and then Lord Dryland's nose bleeds a little bit, and he gets up, doesn't say anything, and leaves the table.
Y'all, I think the octopus is in charge, not Lord Dryland.
And he goes upstairs.
All right. I mentioned that to Olor. Hey man, did you see that?
Yeah, Olor saw it. We can't hear you, Bass. Nope. Flip your mic all the way down and back up. No, we don't hear you. You're muted. He says, yeah, I saw that. No, we still can't hear you.
Come in, Scotty.
Did you drop out of the channel and drop back in? Maybe that'll fix it.
Or go to user settings, just go back in voice and video and click on the voice settings again. Sometimes I can.
He's keying up. All right, yeah. So he sees it. He's like, I saw that.
What do you make it of?
Uh, he's sick.
Really?
He's got the flu.
So we're waiting on him, right? Is he gonna make a roll or something, or did he roll and he rolled? That dude's under
Uh-oh.
some kind of control, man.
I wonder if VC took over.
We'll wait for Olor to get. It's hard to have a back and forth with Olor when he can't hear me.
Oh, he can hear you. He just can't talk to you. And he's holding
You
a
can't
baby
hear
in his
him.
lap. So, hold on, my camera shut off for some reason.
Purple Dragons are victorious again, Coach. 15-1 now.
So, while he's like, hold on, I dropped my chips. They all spill on the floor. He's crawling around under the table. What are you guys gonna do?
I talked to Rip.
And
Ask him. I'm asking Rip if he's seen anyone who looks suspicious.
Should I play everyone tonight? I play the other half of the conversation on every conversation.
yeah,
Apparently.
He's like, hold on, there's some chips over here. They came over this way, and he gets under the table and he starts helping Olor with the chips. Barrick's like, hey, what's going on? I don't know.
no, I'm playing cards at my table,
Okay.
and
Are you winning or losing?
beats the shit out of me.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about how I'm a master craftsman coming from the north, and wondering, have you people have any problems with giants down here?
What do you mean, you people?
Yeah,
Well,
what are you
there's
talking?
Rip.
You
Well,
people?
they're friggin' humid. They're humans. So I'm a
Humans?
dwarf.
There's a couple of non-humans in the mix. Tokens don't represent that, but there's got to be out of all those people.
Well,
Okay,
you
now
people,
that
as in you Southerners.
Sorry, I was talking to your mom.
Yeah, I mean they're like, yeah, they're the Giants have been, you know, tell you stories of places that the Giants have attacked and
What kind of giants?
hill giants mostly. Sometimes stone giants. We saw a
Oh, wait, no, I'm not at
castle.
that table.
We
I'm
saw a castle go over.
Ooh. Yeah, I forgot I'm not at that table. My bad. Talking out of turn.
You're
Olor
right
back
next
yet?
to it.
Yeah, I mean you can hear the conversation. We're assuming everyone's having the similar conversations and trying to find information
Correct.
out. So
anyway, now that Rip's back, I'm asking you if you've seen anyone suspicious.
If I see anybody suspicious,
Yes.
I think that that waitress over there is skimming off the top and watering down a drink.
the drinks are free and she's watering them down. I wonder why.
That's right.
She's
'Cause
saving
she's
some
getting
for later.
toasted.
She's like all buzzed. She's like wobbling. Her hair's all messed up. Her mascara's running a little bit. You also think her husband might beat her too. You're not sure.
Uh, are you back yet, Olor?
He is still not able
Olor's got
to.
something stuck in his throat.
He's like, I choked on a chicken bone. He's like, okay, I'm good. What do you need?
I said, I need I need him to talk, not you.
What's the difference?
I want him to role play it as if he saw it.
He can't. His mic is broke, and the whole thing's revolving around what he says. So I'm gonna roleplay him
Oh, okay.
if that's what you guys want.
Yeah, I want him to tell me if he saw that and what he thought of it for real.
If Olor saw that the guy got a nosebleed and left the table, He
and
did.
that
He absolutely did see that.
the octopus stiffened up, and it looked like something was controlling.
He's like, you're right. It did look like something was controlling him. I didn't get a chance to cast detect magic on him though.
All right, where'd he go, Carrie? I wanna excuse myself from the table.
He went
and
up
try
the
and find-
stairs.
All right, I'm gonna go.
So you're going up the stairs? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, see if I can find him and
All
eavesdrop.
right. So you come up the stairs and you see that this is the bridge. There's like, oh no, sorry, this is the dance hall. Sorry, they're like oot 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 oot, dancing up here. They're all male tokens too. Some kind of weird boat going on here.
Sausage party.
It's the unicorn horn uh, company cruise. There's a curtain over here. Say closed. Can't see down the hallway.
Oh, I'll go past.
Really peek in. You see like a
Yeah.
door, a door, a door, and another curtain at the end of the hallway.
So is there a sign that says no trespassing or something?
No?
Oh, well, I go through it and kind of listen through the door.
Over the door to the left, there's a little plaque that says Lord Dryland.
Oh, that's the one I want to listen.
Okay. You hear Lord Dryland talking to himself.
What does he say?
Give me a perception check, please.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second. I gotta find something.
Mic check.
Hey!
Yay.
He's back.
Going through my phone.
You're going through your phone? Damn, you broke your computer that bad, huh? Alright, so you hear him say, I'll make sure I do what you ask. I understand. That's about it.
I'm gonna take a gamble here. I open the door.
Alright. So you see Lord Dryland, he's like getting in his hammock.
Oh, hey, my bad. I thought this was the latrine.
He's like, it is not. He sounds like
Oh.
he's in pain.
Can I borrow your chamber pot?
No, please go away.
Who's he talking? Is there anybody else in the room?
No, his octopus is in a tank.
Oh, that's Octopus's tank.
Yeah.
That is a cool looking octopus. Can I look at him real quick?
What do you want? He looks like he's trying to. He could barely keep his eyes open. Give me
I
a
just wanna look
perception
at-
check.
Okay.
You can also tell he's smeared blood down on his neck.
Oh damn, dude, you okay? You need a bandage or something?
No, I'll be fine if you just leave me alone. He's trying to
Okay.
raise his voice, but he can't.
I look over at the octopus. What's he doing?
Uh, he's like eating a fish. He's like,
He's not looking at me.
can you tell?
Yeah, they got eyeballs.
I know, but he's not like up against the tank like. "Rrr." I mean, he is in a five-walled glass tank, so he can see out everywhere, and you can see him. He's not like staring at you or something, pointing.
All right. I leave. I take a real detailed scan of the room and then
You see. He's got a testament of bad taste. It's purple velvet curtains and scented candles in a gaudy candelabras. In the middle of the room is a large aquarium tank resting on top of it. There's a pet octopus in it.
okay.
You notice. Give me another perception check. Nope, you don't notice. There's a silk hammock, a writing desk with quills, loose sheets of blank parchment, a small table holding a silver wine decanter, and a matching goblet and an iron stove. You can see laying on the desk, there's also a bejeweled rapier and a belt that he apparently was wearing. And that's it.
Okay, thanks.
What are you guys doing? Anything?
Yeah, I'm talking to these guys about the Giants. And then I come up with my own little rumors. Start telling them things I've.
Oh, these are these gaudy aristocrat people. They love rumors. They're like all giddying it up.
So, kind of loudly, I say, do you have any idea about why the Giants are acting?
Oh, they all have ideas, but no one has a clue.
Well, I say, I heard a rumor that someone has kidnapped the Storm Giant King.
Really?
Say that kind of loudly so other people can hear.
The Storm Giant King's been kidnapped. Huh. The commoners seem to eat it up. The waitstaff seem to do their wait staffing duties. And the only one that seems to be paying you much attention, like really monitoring what you're doing,
Uh huh.
is Pao Ming.
Okay.
She's like staring at you.
Yeah, and I just keep rambling on. It's like, yeah, supposedly somebody kidnapped him. And all the Giants are going slightly crazy about grab for power, so it were.
Oh my. Anxious grin grins and polished skirt smiles and they say, "This is juicy information. Where did you hear all this? Are you an adventurer?"
Oh, I'm a master smith. I travel from here to there. You hear things.
Give me an insight check. Bronislaw, what are you doing? You can hear the barrack over there spilling out stuff. Olar's about to take all your money, though.
Oh, that's nice.
Barrick, your insight tells you that Paling is monitoring your actions, but she ain't paying no attention to what you're saying.
Yeah, I raise an eyebrow toward Barrick, making sure he's not spilling anything that's important.
State secrets and stuff.
Yeah.
I had no carnal relations with that woman.
It was just a blowjob.
There was a cigar.
Okay, guys, that's a child in here.
Okay.
Justin, okay. All right, so
How
what are
old
you
is
guys doing?
Aiden?
He's 13.
13.
Oh my god, I forgot he had virgin ears. So everybody's eating this up, and I'm sort of trying to find out if anybody's curiosity is really piqued besides Ming.
You pretty much get the impression that these people are just socializing with you because you're sitting at their table.
All right.
Like you get done spilling like all that talk, and the one sitting next to you goes, "What'd you say your job is?" You know, they don't care. They're here to gamble and socialize.
All right.
It seems to me that you're not part of the Yartar clique, so they're not really interested in what you have to say. You're not aristocratic enough for the Yartarans.
No, righty.
What's Talia doing over there? She just sitting there sipping on some tea or something?
Yep. And listen on what Berg just said, because I'm at the corner. And I'm trying to keep an eye out on what other things I might key notice. But so far, nothing. And she's offered. She don't want me walking around with those damn boot shoes on at all. First time, and it could be the last time.
She's kind of taken off. She puts them in her bag. She's like, I'm just going barefoot.
Pretty much.
Anybody else gonna do anything? The evening's going by. About midnight or so, the boat turns around, starts to make its lazy way back.
So by this time, I have a pile of chips in front of me, right?
I'd say you're probably doing fairly well. The boat gets back to the dock,
Oh, I wanted to fight.
and it's morning.
Okay, cool. So we need to go back to our room where we are sequestered, and I can tell them what I said.
I cash
And we
in.
can share notes.
On the way out.
Okay, so you guys depart, and you guys go back to your safe house?
Yeah.
And share notes.
Okay. You make it back to your safe house easily enough.
Did I tell them about the Kraken Society, whatever it's called?
You can now.
I do. I said that Lord, whatever his name was, is obviously part of some kind of Kraken Society. And I tell them what I know about that, being that I know it's a cult of some sort, that their intent is to summon a Kraken that lives out in the sea.
So where's this Kraken?
In the sea.
In the sea. And where in the sea?
In the water.
Okay.
Which
there was
sea?
There was a specific thing he said that you have to tell.
The
Yeah, I can't remember.
trackless
Track-
sea.
The trackless sea.
Yeah, that's the one.
What else is in the trackless sea?
Isn't that
Uh,
the story?
I would say maelstrom's in the trackless sea at the bottom
Sure
of
is.
it.
Imagine that.
So, I think it's probably a really, really good chance that these are the droids we're looking for. Because the lord of that little gambling boat has an octopus on his neck, and I think it's mind control. Now tell him what I heard. I saw him when he had to get up. There, first of all, when I was talking about how octopuses get sold for food in Luskin, the octopus actually moved to the other side of his shoulder. And then
That's
later
peculiar.
on, yeah, because octopuses shouldn't be able to understand me. And then later on, when I eavesdropped and entered the Lord's room, he was telling somebody that he would do what he was told. And I entered the room, and the only two things in there were him and the octopus. And the Lord had blood on his neck from where the octopus. So my bet is that the octopus is some type of proxy for the Kraken, and that the Lord is under control of it, and that's as far as I go.
I say we go back tonight, and I can try to cast detect magic on them and see if I can feel any magic going on there.
What did you learn, Justin?
A bunch of dim-witted humans. Don't know crap. I let Storm King had been kidnapped. Nobody really reacted to it except to be like, "Oh, really, really? We haven't heard that." Hey, where is the trackless sea? Because I see this sea of swords.
the trackless sea is everything south of Waterdeep, I think.
Okay. We have that covered up still, so I can't see it.
Bottom left.
Yeah, but that one Ming Pao apparently, I guess she can read minds or whatever. She figured out I had weapons on, but she didn't do anything.
I mean, she was keeping an eye on you, though.
Yeah, but she wasn't paying attention about what I said. Probably just making sure I didn't cuss. So I guess we got to follow this Lord dude.
I think they're both involved somehow. I mean, she reads minds, and this guy was being mind controlled. So I think,
Yeah, I don't
probably
think she's
associated.
I don't think she's the ringleader. I think we go back
No.
tonight and try seeing what I can figure out with the Lord guy.
You
Okay.
guys know that the boat leaves at dusk and comes back at dawn.
Right, we haven't slept yet, so
So let's set up watch in here and let's sleep.
All right.
Because you know they're going to have eyes on us.
All right, I pushed you guys a long rest. There you go. You get a good night's sleep.
Yay!
all right. Y'all want to just make our way down to the docks at the time, the board, and go ahead and board again.
Yeah.
Anybody want to get anything before we go down there?
No, but over the evening, what can you tell us about the Kraken committee people, whatever, cult of the?
Yeah, I
Cool.
will tell you what I told you earlier, which is that there's some kind of cult, and the intent is to summon that Kraken.
Right, but what's that Kraken supposed to do?
Apparently, don't know that information. We can do some research before we go to the boat, if we have time.
Where can we research about the cult of the Kraken?
A library would be a good spot to start.
Silvery Moon.
Let's go back to Slippery Moon.
And we're still so no. That's a good way to travel. How far is it from where this Yartar?
Well, you guys find a symbol for them.
Isn't that a Game of
Where?
Thrones?
What?
Isn't that the Iron Islands from Game of Thrones?
I didn't see Game of Thrones.
Oh, never mind then.
Um, you guys would find out that the most influential person that is rumored to be a member of the Kraken Society is the Sea King Tendrix, who commands a deadly pirate fleet called the Black Armada.
Oh,
And scallywags and sailors and pirate ships and stuff like that venerate the Kraken Society. So it's members of ship societies and stuff like that.
It's basically pirate lords and stuff like that.
Yep.
Yeah, what would they have to do with wanting to get the Storm King abducted? Anybody?
I don't know.
For control?
Yeah, I don't know what association there is between the Giants ordering and the Kraken.
It's almost like the quest to figure that out, isn't it?
Yep.
I feel like we're onto something there.
You're getting warmer.
Aiden, what do you think? Your name is Cy Kraken.
Technically
These
my
are
name
your
is
people.
Bronslaw, and I'm a cyborg, not a normal Kraken.
A cyborg Kraken.
Yes. That's why my name is Cy Kraken.
It's the family crest, the Kraken Society from the Kratchiks.
Honestly, I wasn't paying attention through this entire conversation, so can you repeat some stuff?
I cannot. It's recorded. You can review it later. We move
Oh,
on from
fun.
here.
Okay.
So what's your plan?
Well, I'm not sure what else we can gather at the boat. Could try to infiltrate the group.
I'll lead the infiltration.
Um,
Well,
What
where does
now?
the Lord live when he's not on the boat?
Everybody
that's a good
shrugs.
question.
I guess we need to find that out.
All right, so maybe after he probably lives on the boat. His room looked like he lived.
Probably a fair assumption.
I mean, when you have a stove in your room, you probably live there.
Why would a Lord cook his own meals on a boat with 6 chefs?
Maybe that's a good question. But maybe Lord is just what they call him. Maybe he's not actually really a Lord. He just owns the boat.
Well, we got one reference to this cult, so it seemed odd.
Well, let's go back. I'm gonna go back there tonight and see if I can find out. You know, get close to him. I was kind of having difficulties last night. I was so focused on winning my money on gambling that I didn't get a chance to follow him.
How much did we win?
I don't know how much did I win.
Let's see. First you got to see if you won. So let's see. Roll percentiles, and you need to beat me. Right click on the D10 and click the percentage sign.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Rip, you won 20 gold.
Hell yeah.
Olor, you won 14. Somebody lost some gold somewhere, right? Poor aristocrats. And Barrick, you won 12.
Nice.
Shit.
So now you guys got lots of lots of wooden coins. Since no one traded them in.
I said I cashed out before I left.
Did you?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll take your word for it. I'm assuming
did,
that
but I
prompted
did not.
everyone else. If you saw Olor doing it, your character wouldn't have done it.
Yeah, he would have.
Yeah. We gotta cash out. So what's going on?
I'm going back tonight to the boat and try to figure out what's going on with this dude.
Okay. All right, there you go. I'll put your tokens back on the dock. I don't know. Is that what you want? Do you guys need visuals? Okay, there's the boat again.
All right, so here's what I want to do, Carrie. Same thing as last night. You know, we get in, we start mingling, do all that kind of shit. Once the boat's underway, when the captain is downstairs gambling, I'm gonna go search.
Okay. Lord Dryland's cabin is a testament to bad taste with its purple velvet curtains and scented candles and gaudy candelabras. In the middle of the room is a table with a large aquarium tank resting atop it. The aquarium contains. Are you waiting for his octopus to be in here or not in here?
Not in here.
The aquarium could hold a pet octopus. There's like a little coral reef in there, but it's not here currently. But as you're poking around, you see that underneath the aquarium, there is a hidden compartment, and inside of it is a wooden chest.
Ah, let's take a look see in that.
It appears to be locked.
I have a remedy for that. I'd like to check it for traps first, though.
Give me an investigation check, please. And thank you, whoever made this, for making it easy on me. Not. Alright, hold on. You do not find any traps.
Open it up. Y'all are downstairs and hear a loud explosion. Wasn't me.
So you're like jingling around in the lock and something goes and sticks into your hand.
Ah,
Did you want to
yes, I would like to.
soak half that?
Yeah, I'll soak after that.
And then you're like, ooh, that's kind of coppery tasting.
Yeah, he uses the good stuff.
As you are poisoned. And you take some poison damage.
Okay.
19 points. Holy crap.
I reach into my bag of holding and I will drink my potion of
Drink your potion or what? You broke up.
Potion of Vitality. Removes any exhaustion or you are suffering from cure disease or poison affecting you. Regain a maximum number of hit points for any hit die you spend. The potion's crimson liquid regularly pulses with dull light, calling to mind a heart.
Let's see
Cures
what
any
is,
disease or poison.
let's see what poisoned is. Poison creature has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. So that's the condition that you're affecting right now. So you can call it if you want to use your potion or not.
Yes, I will use it because I also heal.
It heals you too? Nice.
Yeah. It's a 5,000 gold piece potion.
I know, that's why I was saying if you want to use it or not.
Well, okay, I don't. I won't. Fuck it. Convince me. Let me think real quick. I just took 30 points of damage.
You're like, oh, you're like, I'm tough though. I can muddle
So
through
it's
this.
poison that's not going to continually damage me?
No, no,
Alright,
it
then I'll
gives you
drink.
the condition. It does its poison damage, and then it gives your character the condition.
Alright, I'll just drink a potion of healing then.
For you don't know how long, but if you look
Okay.
in the, you could cheat and look on the. Oh, it's not even. There you go. Now you know.
How do I know?
The magic of Fantasy Grounds.
Where do you find it though?
It's under your
Oh,
effects.
it's on my
It's on your. It's in the combat tracker.
Oh, there it is.
I'm assuming you know how long it is. The D stands for duration.
Yeah, 60? Like an hour?
Like an hour.
Okay.
Actually, that's only rounds, so that's wrong. It should be like whatever. So do you know how to apply the potion to yourself?
No, I'm about to. Hold on.
And while you're doing that, what else is your character doing?
Well, he's gonna open the.
It's 600. All right, so you did roll high enough to actually unlock the chest. So when you clicked, the needle stuck out, but you did hear the lock go click. And you open the
Yay.
chest, and
A squid jumps
inside
out.
the chest
Get it off!
is a sack with gold in it and a pouch with some gemstones in it.
No notes or anything, or.
No big fat clues or none of that. Nope.
Oh, well, I take that. And I put the chest back.
Okay. Do you like sop up some of the blood on the ground? Like I bled a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Clean up.
All right. So nothing else in the room on the desk or anything like that that looks like evidence of any kind, clues.
You would probably somewhere in the room find a symbol of the Kraken Society.
Okay.
That's about it. Other
right.
stuff is pertaining to what's happening with the boat. You know, boat
All right.
owner stuff.
So I am going to take a vial of. Do I still have some drow poison? I do. I have one vial of drow poison left, and I'm going to empty it into the fish.
Go to sleep, little fishy fish.
And then I'll delete that off my sheet. Actually, I'll make it a 0. Because I'll get some more of that later. And then I leave the room.
Okay. I'm not putting all them tokens back on the damn
You don't have to.
boat.
And just put that gold and gems in the party treasure, because it'll be divvied.
Yeah, they made a parcel. I'll put it in the inventory.
Cool.
It's 450 gold and 950 gold piece gems.
Hell yeah, we're rich.
All right, you can retire
And
now.
one last squid.
Oh, and I'd like to have relocked the chest when I leave, by the way. And
Roll
reset the
me
chart.
a check.
Thieves' tools? Oh, I got disadvantage, you motherfucker.
You're poisoned still. Let's see. What is to lock it? Would be equivalent to unlocking it, right? Would be my.
I'd say so.
Where the hell did it go? Oh, it's in the room. I'm looking at him. So you lock it.
Sweet.
And you leave.
Yeah, so there's other rooms down this hall?
This is it says crew, and it says crew on the next 2 rooms down. And then there's a steering wheel, and that's where they drive the boat.
Where's the chick's room?
You don't see a chick's room.
Okay.
Maybe she
go
doesn't
back to my
sleep on
group.
board. Or maybe she sleeps down below. You don't know.
Hey, Carrie, where's the Lord at down here?
He would be mingling with the guests just like last evening.
All right, so sit down
At
at the
least
cables.
initially.
Okay. And with him in the room, try to keep an eye on him. I repeat my same rumor as I did from last night.
Don't forget to tell everybody you're a master blacksmith.
Oh, I am.
Fucking bragger.
So
Uh,
he definitely looks over at you,
Uh-huh.
and you see him
So
looking
this-
at you confusingly. And then his head explodes. Pretty much.
What?
Say what?
You could tell he's thinking about what you're saying, and then his head explodes and he falls over dead on the floor.
His head literally
Like blood
exploded?
shoots out of his nose, out of his ears, and out of his eyes, and he falls over,
I was gonna say
dead
like
on the floor.
scanners.
And everyone starts screaming. The boat people start panicking. There's a mad.
Where's Pao Ming?
She's trying to keep people calm. Don't jump off the boat. We're going to turn it around. You know, she's trying to keep them calm.
What's
But
the octopus
she's
doing?
there. She's standing right there.
I guess you can say he literally gave you a piece of his mind.
Somebody did.
Where's the octopus?
Was it with him? Let's see.
Well, it wasn't in the cage.
Well, this was later.
Oh,
No, the octopus was not with him. We
Swimming
can
in
only
poison.
stay out of the water for so long.
swimming in poison.
It's sleeping in poison.
Night night, permanent sleep.
Yeah.
So Lao Ming, someone killed Lord Dryland.
They used mind bullets.
So she starts casting spells on everyone.
Like
Do I know
what?
what she's casting?
Detect thoughts.
I thought it's like, what the fuck? Oops.
No. Yeah, well, she gives me exactly what I'm saying in my head.
I run up to the captain's room, or to the Lord's room.
Okay. You see an octopus in the tank. He's like.
And there's nobody else in his room.
I follow him up there.
Nope.
Man, there's something going on here. We're missing something, y'all.
Yeah, I think we're right on track.
I cast detect magic on that octopus, or I just cast detect magic.
You cast detect magic on the octopus.
Well, you know, it means that and within 30 feet of me, I can detect magic.
There's nothing magical in this room. The
really
water glows faint. Oh no, that was poison.
Man, there's something funny about this freaking water in this octopus cage.
The
Yeah, I
octopus
don't
is
know
like.
about that.
He's like totally. You bang on the tank, he doesn't even wake up. You're like, something's wrong with this octopus.
We sit him outside.
We need to search this boat.
Yeah, we do.
And we probably should arm ourselves.
So there's like a dead body that's got everyone freaked out, laying in the middle of the casino.
Alright, I inspect the body.
Okay, it appears to be a dead body of Lord Dryland. He's got a decorative rapier on his. He's got a bag with some money in it, and he's wearing a symbol underneath his shirt of the Kraken Society. And Pao Ning says, "You take his stuff? Don't Ned take his stuff."
Not taking his stuff. I'm investigating the crime.
Yes. Someone make his head blow up.
Well, you have mental powers, so why don't you find out who? We'll search the boat.
I am not cleric. I cannot cast speak with dead. I do
You
not
don't
know
have
what
a head
happened.
to speak.
Can Amber cast that?
You could raise dead. Just ask himself.
Oh, she has speak with dead. Amber will cast
She
speak
has
with
raise
dead.
dead.
Oh,
Doesn't
well,
she? Can't she cast 5th level spells? Isn't raise dead a 5th level spell?
yeah, she doesn't have
Yeah.
a number.
Oh. Well,
Uh,
I think she can cast it as a ritual, maybe?
I'm.
No, I don't think raise dead.
Does he have his head? His head gone?
Yeah, no, his head didn't explode. Just his brain exploded.
Oh, okay.
That's the best description. Blood shot out of his nose, his ears, his eyes, some out of his mouth.
Rip investigate.
It appears that Lord Dryland's dead corpse laying here has had his brain exploded.
talking about around
You
the
guys can roll an investigation, and if you all fail it, you're still going to get that information.
If we all pass it, it's still gonna be that information. Search the boat. Look
That's
for
what- that's
and
what I was-
keep everybody in this room.
Other than
Put them all.
like normal everyday boat gambling casino stuff, you don't find anything out of the ordinary on the boat. I mean, we can go through the crew cabins and you can like loot through their personal effects and see what kind of money they have and all that, but
No, I'm looking for any kind of clues.
I feel like
related to. Wow, that's this is totally off the reservation of where I thought this was.
I feel like we should chase on this path of the Kraken Society. Apparently, that's where we need to go.
Yeah, because his head
Well,
blew up right after I
well,
said
from
what
your
I
research, the Kraken Society is a fairly large society that encompasses pretty much of all of Faerun. There are rumored members of the Kraken Society, be it pirates and stuff like that. So where would you like to start investigating? The Kraken Society.
It's a great question and it deserves a great answer.
Well, we can start here in town, then work our way out.
Yeah, we can do that. Liskin is also a pirate town, isn't it? Built by.
You'd probably find out a lot Silvermoon too.
So the Kraken Society is a society that venerates the Kraken that's in the trackless sea. That's pretty common knowledge when you start investigating the Kraken Society. And there are people who are members of the Kraken Society. They're not necessarily always good people because they're like scallywags and pirates and those kind of people that have been promised ways to improve themselves. So is there any particular Kraken Society member that you want to try to find?
Is there like a head of the Kraken Society somewhere? Like, is that
Yeah, the guy in charge of the Black Fleet.
The most powerful that is rumored to be a member of the Kraken Society is the leader of the pirate. What did I say it was
Armada.
called? The Black Armada.
All right, so let's cast Speak with Dead. Is this good time to stop, Carrie, or should we continue on?
This is a perfect time to cast Speak with Dead.
Let's cast Speak with Dead.
All right, so
Get the
the
spell
characters might kill Lord Dryland before he can be interrogated, or if Lord Dryland dies before the characters can learn King Hekaton's whereabouts, they can still learn where the Storm Giant King is being held by casting a Speak with Dead spell on Lord Dryland's corpse.
Oh,
hey!
If that option is unavailable to him, they can cast Raise Dead. Or they can bring him to a temple. Material components, it says blah, blah, blah. So he reveals to you that, I'm assuming, what question are you asking?
Where
you just gave me a great hint. Ask him where King Hekaton is.
I guess the first question would be what is your involvement in the kidnapping and Storm?
No, it's gotta be simple answers, simple
All right.
questions.
Just trying not to use player knowledge.
Well, he just told us.
I told the players, I didn't tell your characters.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, when our characters
No
like to know-
metagaming.
Then I will say, do you know where King Hekaton is? Or Amber will, because she's speaking with the dead.
Wouldn't she want to know about like the axe or something? When she asks, "Where's my axe?"
Yeah, that would be Amber.
The general question gets the general answer of Markoth.
No, I said. Wait. Oh. Oh. I thought I was gonna say yes. Okay, Markoth. Cool.
Who has them?
Isn't that the guy running the boat?
Do what?
Is Markoth a place?
That's what the dead body says when you ask him, where is King Hekaton? Right? Isn't that what you asked?
Say where, that means more
No,
call.
I said, do you know where King Katan is?
Yes, and the answer is Margoth from the dead body.
Is that a place?
Is that the question you're asking him?
It is.
Yes. Actually, he would say a ship.
Where is the?
Hidden from divination or scrying devices.
What port of call?
Purple rocks.
What else you guys want to ask?
How many questions you got?
5.
Well, I guess you could cast it again and again and again. No, I don't think you can either. I think you have to wait.
One more question, guys. What do you?
How do you find it, or how would you find the ship? Something all in that line.
Purple rocks are in the trackless sea.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but it's hidden from deviation magnet, so it's gonna be hidden. So where at in Purple Rocks? Like,
So yeah, that's a good
kind of-
question. How do we find? Wait, no, let's. How do you locate?
Who's captaining the ship?
No, no, no. We don't care about that. How do you locate the ship? We just need to find it. Whoever has it, we can kill him.
Okay, Morkoth is a ship, right?
Karen, do you have it?
The answer for the question is, what's the question now? It's not.
How do you locate the ship?
How does he
Where's the
locate the ship?
Yep.
I communicate with Jarkeel telepathically. I know not where the ship is at.
Okay. All right. So we got something to go on then. We got to find where this ship is based out of. Well, he said the Purple Rock, so we got to find out how to get there. We got a flying boat.
Didn't he just say he was in telepathic communication with somebody named Sharkeel?
Yeah, that's probably the captain.
Maybe we can try to
Actually,
scry that.
I said it wrong.
Say it again.
I'm gonna actually put it in chat so I don't have to say it wrong.
Okay.
Oh, he's in contact with the Kraken.
With the Kraken?
Kraken Slarkarithia.
Slakathol. Communicates with the Kraken Slakathol.
Okay.
Uh,
Maybe we should go back to the Maelstrom.
Yeah, or we can go get our boat and go find this thing.
Well, we could try to find out like what's the deal with the Kraken and the Giants.
so if you guys would have questioned him outright, Lord Dryland is no match for the party. He hits like 6 hit points. And he knows it. If characters corner and threaten him, he surrenders without a fight. He admits under interrogation that he's a member of the Kraken Society and reveals where King Hekaton is being kept. After he divulges that Hekaton is a prisoner aboard the Morkoth, which sails around the northern islands of the Trackless Sea, Lord Dryland's eyes widen in terror as he receives a telepathic message from the Kraken, a wave of mind-shattering dread that instantly slays Lord Dryland as he keels over dead, blood running from his nose and ears. So that happened in the gambling casino when you were talking about giants and stuff.
Well, you know where we got to go.
And you don't think that it's going to be a stealth mission. Because whoever the Kraken is probably knows you're coming.
Yep.
And can make changes. So whatever you're going to do is going to have to be fast. Is your party's initial thoughts?
It's going to be what? I'm sorry.
Fast?
And hard?
You assume you probably want to find the ship before the Kraken does?
Do I still have the conch, the teleportation conch?
You guys do?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we could teleport to
What if-
back there and tell them
Yeah, because then they could send a whole bunch of giants to help.
they could. Yeah, let's do that.
Do that
So you
first,
guys want
then
to
try to find
teleport
the ship.
back to Maelstrom and tell the princess that there's a ship that's holding the king
Yes.
that's circling around, that she should send the giants out in search of it. Is that what the plan
Yes.
is? Send a whole bunch of
Yeah.
giants out in search
And-
of the ship?
Yes.
You make me second guess myself when you say it like that, but yeah, that's what
I'm just saying that. I mean, the ship is non-detected. You know this, and it's trying to be elusive, and now you're going to send a whole bunch of giants out after it.
Well, she could send us out after it, but if we go there, it's a lot closer to where the ship is than us going back to Bryn Shander and flying a boat down.
Right, but the Maelstrom is 3,000 feet below the surface of the water.
Yeah, but they could teleport us out of there to where we need to go.
To where?
I don't know where we need to go.
Right. Where do you need to go? That's what I'm trying to get at.
Let's go to Bryn Shander, then get to boat, and let's do it that way.
Yeah,
So you guys
grab
are
the
going to
boat.
teleport to Bryn Shander and then fly back the 15 days or whatever it takes to get back?
Well, it ain't like we're close to the coast now.
Nor do we have a way to teleport to the where we need to go at.
Yeah, how are we going to get to the trackless sea from however far inland this place is? This place was not on the coast.
Yartar is, yeah, it's probably riverboat wise. Ooh, yeah, it goes out through near Waterdeep, so probably 10 days to get to Waterdeep.
Yeah, and then we got to get on a boat and go all the way out there. I'd rather.
Mhm.
I like my chances in our flying boat than a regular boat.
Against a Kraken.
I'm just trying to come up with a plan for next week before we get off the table.
Here's what I think we should do. I say we should go back to Maelstrom, tell the princess what we found, and then teleport to Bryn Shander, get our boat, and come back.
Because it's going to take time either way for anybody to get a boat out to the Purple Rocks.
Maybe.
Unless she has a better plan, because there's magic down there that we don't know anything about.
Do you guys need to borrow a boat?
Maybe.
This.
But I say, at the very least, we should first tell her what we found out, then see if she has an idea of what to do.
It's going to be a whole lot easier to find a ship that's trying not to be found from the air than it is from the water.
Unless it's using magic to keep itself hidden visually.
No, we're not going to find it on the water either.
Fair statement.
Last I checked, we won't have a bunch of sailors either.
Hold on one second, guys. Dead. Chapter 3 describes Alright, so once the characters get within 100 miles of the Purple Rocks, they have a base 10% chance per day of locating the Markoth. The chance assumes that the characters are traveling in one group or aboard multiple conveyances in fairly close formation, which is the truth. You guys are on your ship. I can forgo the precision and assume that the party spots the Markoth 1d4 plus 2 days after coming within 100 miles of the Purple Rocks. So that's the way it's going to lay out. I'm going to roll to see how many days, and then I'm going to roll to see if there's any random encounters between then and fighting the Markoth for the next session we have. And if there isn't any, then you find the ship. So the modes of transportation that you have available would be your airship, a cloud castle, flying mounts like griffins, or a ship. So you guys selected one of them anyways. I think
You say
Grant is
Cloud
right.
Castle?
Yeah, you guys could have met a giant that owns his own cloud castle, but you didn't.
We saw it go over our heads.
Yep.
We did see it go over our heads.
And other people mentioned it.
Yeah, we'll take our flying boat.
Cool. Well, there's the map stream. The players can't see it, but that's what they're looking for. Markoth. And that's it. We're done.
Cool. Should be available next week.
Yeah, I'm still off.
Marbania, what's up? We're good for next week, guys? What is next week?
Yep.
The 26th of January. I think that's good. All right, so let's plan on that. We will probably have a random encounter, the chances are, and then on to Markoth. So this session was a lot of discovery. I think it drug out a lot. And no combat.
Yeah, it was fun.
But it's
cool.
definitely for a role-playing party. That whole section.
Somebody definitely died though. I mean, there's that.
You definitely were the reason someone died. The dwarf
I
killed
am.
somebody.
No,
Yeah, I did.
Because of his own reason. His his associations, not because of us. We didn't.
And then you poisoned the poor pet freaking
Well, I was going down the wrong
octopus.
path there, but it was
Yeah,
profitable.
it's
I was going down
asleep.
the wrong path.
And the reason there was blood on his neck was it came out of his ears when he was communicating with the Kraken.
Ah. All right, I gotta run. See it.
All right,
That's what you
see
get
ya,
for talking to McCracken.
McCracken. All right, stream. I'm gonna see if there's anyone to raid, and then I gotta pee. Who's raidable? Nobody.
All right, dude. Take it easy.
All right, we'll see ya. See you, players off the table, all you guys. Bye bye. Yep, no one to raid.
Bye.
So that's it. We're done. It was a lot of role play, but the Kraken Society? Kraken Society is a bunch of pirates and stuff. And that comes into play more on Call from the Deep. They venerate a Kraken in the trackless sea. It's a big Kraken. Here, I'll give you guys a peek. There's the Kraken Society emblem. And let's see. And there's a Kraken. Not that one. This one. And those are big sharks. So this thing is ginormous. Kraken. There it is. 472 hit points. CR23. It's got telepathic abilities. I think it has to be a beast, doesn't it? I don't think a Titan monstrosity counts. Legendary actions. 3 of them per round. Layer actions. Nasty stuff. Kraken. Just blew somebody's head up from the trackless sea. And that's it. I gotta pee and I gotta run and I gotta go. So thanks for hanging out, guys. I appreciate it. But I'm gonna dip like the O dog. Like the O dog. All right. So we'll see you guys.